I'm the type of guy that has always chased the trains to the end of the horizon. I have seen it all. Highs and lows, ups and downs. When I look at you, I see a little bit of myself in you. I see a sex addict. I see a coke whore. I see a dude that is accidentally and unknowingly gonna have sex with a transsexual. And if I can turn my life around, then I bet a bunch of little poor kids like you can do the same. This is the picture of success right here in front of you, children. You poor, poor children.
Big trucks, camel paint, big bucks, nuts on my truck, kids I'm dragging them in the mud ruts. Just some old country boys, high like the pine trees, and you can bet this be the last of a dime breed. Southern blood run through my veins, we some rebel boys. Cross the river, you ain't heard, bottlenecking them Jawga Boys. Coming through wanna talk the toys, riding high and jacked up, slanging mud like the hubs. We got that mic, cuz raw dog in the chosen clay. Jacked up is how we play, this how we do it, but we keep them southern raised, stuck in our southern ways, stay in the dirt for days. We riding high and jack them up, they ain't no other way. Better grip that steering wheel, gonna make that Chevy squeal. True gritty country boys, hit life, you know we're real. We on that southern grind, we jacked up all the time. We riding in the sky, we jack them up and then we riding high. We jack them.
Well, hi there. How y'all doing?
Alright, Jimmy.
Jimmy Joe here for episode number 10 of the Jimmy Joe Show. Hope y'all have been doing real well. So, as always, lots been going on here in the old world of Jimmy Joe. First off, Jimmy Joe done lost his job. It's no big deal, no big deal. I find me a new job, be better than what I had before. They didn't like me down at the old hog factory anyway. All I can say about it is this. Do I think them letting me go was the right thing to do? No, but who would think it was the right thing to do if you were in my shoes? You may not know all the details. I really am not going to get into it because I'm not going to burn that bridge. They let me go due to some business reasons. I didn't do anything wrong. Just the type of business I was in. Our client did not have the head count to keep me on board. Now, when I'm asking questions to my employer about more details as far as my release goes, they do not provide me that, and that is the only part of the whole situation that angers me and aggravates me. However, I do believe that if I got to speak with the correct people, instead of the people that I have spoke with, maybe go a little bit higher up the ladder, I might get some more professional type answers. But, I'm not going to go on a tirade about that. It does suck, but hey, look at it this way. It'd be more time to do me some Jimmy Joe shows, all right? So, yay. Anyway, something else I want people to start doing. Well, to ask Jimmy Joe. I do that every week. Well, I've done that twice. But anyway, you can send your questions to Jimmy Joe Show at Comcast.net. You can send me your questions there. You can put them on the old YouTube channel with the old comments and whatnot. Also, you can do it on the Jimmy Joe fan page on the Facebook. All right? So I hope through one of those resources, you guys send me questions. In addition to that, at the beginning of my episodes, after I do my little, hi there, how y'all doing? Y'all see the little hi, Jimmy. Take a little clip of yourself. Send it to me. Send it to me. Again, that's Jimmy Joe Show at Comcast.net. Send them in. Send them in. I'll put you on the show. All right? Well, here we go. Now it's time for the next part of our show. So here we go. Just ask Jimmy Joe. Question number 1 comes from A Moore 535. He asked me, Jimmy Joe, do you believe the world will end in 2012? Well, I'm going to answer that. Here we go. Do I believe it's going to end? Well, for some people it may. I don't believe it's going to end for everybody. The whole premise of them looking at that Mayan calendar and then them saying, oh, it's the end of the world, whatever, whatnot. It's just, look, they had to stop with the calendar sometime. All right, it was right before Christmas. The little guy was probably thinking, well, Santa's fitting to come here. He can bring me a damn finished calendar. So I don't believe the world's going to end completely for everybody in 2012. So I hope that answers your question there, Amor 535. All right. Well, question number 2. Now this is a multi-part question that came from us from user Mahogany Flats on the YouTube. And let me go ahead and pull it up because it is a multi-part question, a little bit to it. And he asked me, he says, Jimmy Joe, these are some of the hardest questions I've ever been asking. Every time I get asked these questions, I get them wrong and end up in trouble with some girl. Please help me find the right answers too. How much do you love me? Well, son, I'm going to tell you like this right here. That, my friend, is a trick question. The best thing I can tell anybody to say is this. It may sound corny, but it might be romantic. You can say the generic, I love you more than you can ever think of. I love you more than you love me. Those are some generic answers. Or you can hop off with something like this. Sweetie, you are my everything. I love you with all of my heart, and you are my reason for living. That is how much I love you. You can throw your own 2-bit nonsense on that crap, and she'll buy it. Just don't let her watch this. All right. Then we have this next question. Do I look fat in this? Well, let us refer to question number 1. If you do, in fact, love her, you better answer this question damn carefully. Do I look fat in this? Well, honey, you would have to be fat to look fat in anything. And unless she's a bitch, she'll accept that answer, and you'll be just fine. So there you go. Was you looking at that girl? Well, chances are if you're being asked that question, you done been busted there. So the best thing to do is go on and say, well, yeah, yes I was. And she say, well, why was you looking at that girl? It makes me appreciate the women, it makes me appreciate the woman that is before me. Never, nor will there ever be, another woman as beautiful as you. I guarantee you, she'll probably think you're full of shit, but she'll accept that as your answer. And you don't have to lie as far as were you looking at that girl. You just own up to it. Do you think she is pretty? Well, that's an easy one to answer. She is pretty, baby. She is. But you are beautiful. You are asking me to compare hamburger helper to filet mignon. You being the filet mignon, baby. And I guarantee you she should accept that as your answer. Well, that's all the time I do have for today. I hope y'all have a good one. And thanks for following me for the first 10 episodes of the Jimmy Joe Show. I look forward to doing hundreds more. Y'all take her easy.